Good afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm starting to sound like a Saturday morning TV kids show from the 80s. What's all this shit all over my... Got bits of biscuit everywhere. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday. It is 4 o'clock and it's crackerjack time. Don't think so. Yes, and we're here for a little chat this afternoon. Don't know how long I'll be on here. Usually about 2 hours, but could be less. Obviously, if we run out of comments, then I'll leave earlier because I don't want to be sitting here like a dumb twat with nothing to say. So if you've got any questions you want to put to me, put them to me. Stick it down in the comments. I will try to get through everybody's comments and we can have a right old natter. Now, is there anything important that I need to say before we start other than my wrist keeps alerting me and vibrating, keeps sending shivers through my body? Yeah. Sunday. What did I do Saturday? Did I go out? Oh yes, I went to the post office yesterday morning. This is riveting stuff. This is. Other than that, I didn't do anything. Friday, I went to the cinema and I saw the film on the big screen, which was 2 days ago. And I forgot what bloody film I went to see. Heretic, yes, with Hugh Grant, which was a really good film. I really did enjoy that. I did do a review for it, so go and have a look at my review. And yes, Hugh Grant was not Hugh Grant, because that's the problem with many Hugh Grant films over the years. Hugh Grant has always been Hugh Grant. And this was a really nice departure. So that was Friday. Thursday, we had a great time. Me, Lulu, and Claire, we did our Halloween do. They'd actually started decorating about 2 days beforehand. So by the time I got there on Thursday, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, most of the decorations, pretty much all the decorations were up. And it was just a matter of dressing up, getting our garb on and getting the sweets out and pretending that we had a script. Just trying to get through the night. But you can see that on the video. Yes, so yeah, that was good fun. Good fun. We may not have had a brilliant amount of kids this year. It's the thing that we've known in the past is that if you have a Halloween on a school night where it's not a half term, you get more kids. But when it comes to like half terms and weekends, if it lands on either of those, they usually go out to parties, so we don't usually get as many people. Unfortunately, we didn't get a huge amount this year. Normally, we get about 15 to 20 kids spread over a couple of hours. Unfortunately, this year we only had about 9. So I think a lot of them have actually gone out to parties as well. It doesn't help that there's only probably about 2 or 3 houses that are actually decorated where Lou lives. So if you had a long stretch of road and loads of houses were all fully decked out, then I think there'd be more kids. But we do the best we can. Yeah. Anyway, so that was Thursday. That was a good time had by all. We had loads of sweets left over, which there's no way me and Papa Bowman could have got through that lot. It was like a huge tub, an old Rosie's tub, that sort of thing. So I just stuck on the old Facebook group for my road, because my road here has its own Facebook group. I just put, if any kids want some sweets, come and knock on the door. So, yeah, there we go. And we had a knock and they took a load of sweets with them. So, yeah, that was pretty good. So I hope everybody else had a good Halloween and watched films and didn't get too many knocks on the door, interrupting your movie watching. Or maybe you went out to some parties. Who knows? Let me know in the comments. We do have a few comments in here, so I'm going to slowly go through them to give everybody a chance to stick some more comments on, because without comments, there's not really much of a live stream, is there? We've got 52 people. So who have we got on the first one? So we've got Jason. Hello, Jason. Hello, big mate. How are you doing? Okay. Thumbs up. Doing pretty good, thanks. Rianne is here. Hello, mate. I am so happy today. It's probably something to do with WWE, I should imagine. There you go. I don't think there could be much WWE stuff left out there for you to buy. You must have had absolutely everything that's ever been created, surely by now. And don't call me Shirley. Jason says, still no word on the Connery Moore Dalton 4K Bond box set. When is it coming out? Do you know what? I reckon that they'll probably hold back on that until they've at least come up with a plan for the next Bond film. So maybe they'll dish them out when they announce the new Bond or the new Bond film. So it could be that we might be waiting a few years, because I think someone said that we're not at least going to see any movement on the old Bond front for about another 3 to 4 years. So we could be waiting a little while for that, unfortunately. I'd love to see the, especially GoldenEye. I'd love GoldenEye on 4K with a Dolby Atmos soundtrack. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I'd love all the Roger Moore ones and the Sean Connery ones on 4K. Trekanaut is here. Hey, hey. So is Anthony. Hello, Anthony. How you doing? I'm doing good, thank you very much. And of course, it wouldn't be a live stream without your butt being unplugged. Yes, hello there. Trekanaut, what's this? Top of the disc to you. Am I supposed to do that in like an Irish accent? Top of the disc to you, like top of the morning to you. Is that Irish? I'm crap with accents. Claire, she's fantastic. She can switch from one accent to another accent to another accent, and it sounds absolutely perfect. I can't. I'm crap with accents. What can I do? I can do Scottish. Well, whenever I try to do a Scottish accent, it's always waka the dude. It's always something like Billy Connolly or something. Welsh, you just put "is it" on the end of everything. So that's it. Then is it? I got a Blu-ray on the shelf. Is it? Yeah. French, of course, you just do with a stupid accent, like I did on the Halloween night. And German accent is pretty simple. What is your name? That's all you do for a German accent. But if you, g'day, mate. Yeah, gonna throw a few shrimps on the Blade Barbie. That's my Australian one. I might just stick to my day job. That might be better. Jamsy is here. Is it Jamsy? Jamsy James. Hello. What did your collection look like in the mid 2000s? But mainly DVDs. Yeah. I mean, I get on. Yeah, let's go. Right, I got into DVDs really early. I mean, before they were even a thing in the UK. I think there was about 25 discs out on the market, and this was US. So, you know, I kept going into HMV in Oxford Street and saying, "Have you got DVDs?" And they looked like me, like, "What the hell are you talking about? What the hell is a DVD?" And I was doing that for about a year and a half before they even knew what one was. So I was constantly going up to London, to Shaftesbury Avenue, to the Laser. I think it was called SRS Laser World. I think it was called that. And buying my imported DVDs every couple of weeks. About 30 quid they were at a time, maybe a little bit dearer. So yeah, my collection was just DVDs. Still had a few VHSs, but once DVD came along, VHS kind of like just shoved to one side, because, you know, the jump from VHS to DVD was monumental. It was just insane, like we'd never seen before. Unlike the jump from like Blu-ray to 4K, which is still noticeable, but not such a huge jump. I'm still doing a few laser discs. I think once DVD came along, then I stopped buying laser discs because, you know, DVD, it was just, my God, it was just the thing at the time. I couldn't get enough of it, so I was buying all sorts of DVDs. I still have like the first 2 or 3 DVDs I ever bought, which is Vegas Vacation in a snapper case. What else have I got? I think I've got Mars Attacks in a snapper case. And I can't remember what the other one was, but they were like two or three of the very earliest ones that I ever bought. And the collection just grew from there. It grew and grew and grew until Blu-ray came out. So, yeah. So far as the collection is concerned now, DVDs, it probably takes up about 1.2% of the collection when it comes to the collection, when it comes to DVDs from back in the day in the 2000s. Any DVDs that I buy now, they're either those crappy straight to DVDs, you know, for the late night TV ones, or just rarities that I find sometimes in a charity shop. Yeah, I don't buy brand new releases on DVD because I think they look a bit naff when, you know, thrown through like a 55-inch OLED. Yeah, but anyway, that's the main topic of the conversation there about DVDs in the 2000s. Everything is just DVD. I'd like to know how many times I've said the word DVD in the last 20 minutes. Dear me. Receiver position. Hang on. There we go. You are in receiver position. Hey, Paul, what were your favourite cartoons growing up? There's a dog barking out there. Yeah. It was it was mainly weekly ones like shorts. Not that I'm wearing. Tom and Jerry's, you know, 4 or 5 minute little cartoons, Top Cat, stuff like that. Never was really into like the Transformers animation or any big long running series. So they were all these little like Hanna-Barbera shorts and things like that, and Tom and Jerry and, you know, stuff like that. Matt, is that Matt H? Have you seen Paris Has Fallen? Seen the first episode. It was actually pretty good. I was surprised. I actually thought it was just going to be Gerard Butler's character just over in France, doing a job over in France or protecting someone in France. But no, it's a completely different character. It's just like the French alternative to his character. But I was really happy to see Sean Harris, you know, beefing it up as the villain again. He was so good in Mission Impossible Fallout, and A Lonely Place to, I think it was A Lonely Place to Die. I think he was the villain in that as well, I think. But yeah, he was brilliant in that. So I'm looking forward to seeing episode 2 and carrying on with it. So I think he's going to be a keeper, and I think Dad was really interested, even though he did fall asleep for a little bit of it. Carl is here. Hello. Hello, young man. What did you think of Trick or Not Our Treat? What did you think of Trick or Not Our Treat? I don't know what that is. Trick or Treat. I was trying to buy that the other day, but nowhere had it. Everywhere sold out of it, so I never got that in the end. But I don't know what is Trick or Not Our Treat. Or am I misreading something? I probably am misreading it because it happens a lot. Carl says, just had Convoy Steelbook posted through the door. What, on a Sunday? Really? Don't think we get deliveries on a Sunday, do we, from Royal Mail? Or maybe it's a courier. Yeah. It looks good. I like the Amory artwork as well. It's been a long time since I've seen that film, so I might grab it when it's a little bit cheaper, perhaps. E-Track Studios here. Hello, Pauly. Great to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. I would say great to see you, but all I can see is text. Dave's Movies. Hello, evening. It is an evening. And Dave's Movies says, just pre-ordered 7 4K Steelbook. I did the same thing. Yes. So far as artwork, is it brilliant? No, but it still looks really good. But what was it I ordered at exactly the same time? I ordered two things at exactly the same time. I can't remember what the other one was. So I'm just scooting over onto HMV and see what the other one was. Oh, it's the Last Night in Soho Collector's Edition with the Steelbook. Yeah. So that's the 7 artwork. So it's good. It's good. You know, it's not dull. It's not dull. So that's pretty good. It's £29.99. But obviously with the 20% off, you get it for like what, £23.99, I think it is. And the Last Night in Soho, I already have the HMV Cine edition. It might be the Cine edition, but I had to go for that. I had to go for that collector's edition, which is £45.99, but it's down to about £36 or £37 with the 20% off. And I love the artwork. I love the artwork on that steelbook. That's going to look fantastic. It's got a soft touch and spot UV rigid slipcase, 2-disc gloss steelbook. Yeah, that's going to look really nice. Where's the outer box? There's the outer box as well. So yeah, it's a good film. It's a good film. I really enjoy the film, even though I've actually only seen it once. But yeah, I definitely had to get that one. You know, when a collector's edition comes along, you just have to grab it, don't you, and hold on with 2 hands. Bridget is here. Hello, Bridget. And Raiji19. I always enjoy your Halloween videos. Oh, thank you very much. It's getting harder and harder each year to do a concept for it, because over the years we've done like Pirates of the Caribbean, which obviously is based on Pirates of the Caribbean. We've done one with the Doctors, which is based on like Grey's Anatomy. We're going to do a moderate change on that one next year and call it Graves Anatomy, but the storyline is going to be different. Yeah, it's kind of, at the moment we're kind of recycling some of the older ones, like the one this year, which was Come Die With Me, you know, not Come Dine With Me. We did that one in lockdown, but because you weren't allowed in people's houses, we kind of did it on the doorstep. So you'll see that it's the actual video, the same one with the same characters, more or less, is Just Creep. So if you put in Big Pauly Just Creep, you know, it's a play on Just Eat. Yeah. Because we have Chef Gordon Ramsay. That was his first appearance. We have Ursula as well. And I think Lou was a different character then. So this is kind of like a bigger take on that. But it was a lot of fun. So yeah, it's harder and harder each year to try and come up with a concept. So next year, I think we're going to go with the Graves Anatomy one again, but put a bigger medical spin on it with like body parts and things. Yeah. I think we were talking about actually maybe having an ambulance as well and loading dead bodies out the back of an ambulance. That'll probably get on the news. Dave says, ashamed of myself, watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation last night. Oh dear me. What is it? It's the 3rd of November. But then again, I've just watched a few Christmas adverts on telly. So, and plus there's a Christmas movie channel already running. There's a Christmas radio station already playing music. So, see, for us, there's nothing else to count down for. America, you've got like Thanksgiving. So, you know, that's the next big thing. But for us, yeah, the next countdown is for Christmas. So, you know, it's what a lot of people don't like, I think, about Christmas, the build-up. It takes so long to build up to Christmas, and then it's one day, and then it's... Yeah, so it's the build up, and they just start really early. I mean, once Christmas is out of the way, come Boxing Day, I guarantee there'll be Easter eggs on the shelf in Tesco's. Bass Halens, hello. I'm a great fan. Oh, thank you very much. I think you're new here, aren't you? I don't recognise your name. Butts Unplug says, I've seen the new Hellboy, Alien, The Wild Robot, Transformers 1, The Substance, and Black Canary. That's quite a lot there. Hellboy I actually missed, but I wasn't really fussed seeing that on the big screen. Alien was a definite. The Wild Robot was a definite. That was a fantastic film. Still haven't got round to watching Transformers 1 yet. And The Substance, I think, is only showing on late nights now. So I might have to wait for physical for that one. Black Canary, I don't know too much about that. I was wanting to go and see the Christopher Reeve story. Unfortunately, all of my Cineworlds and The View have now cancelled all their showings. So I'm going to have to check to see the Odeon near me, which is in Maidstone, the same town as Lulu and Claire. But yeah, they were all up there. They were all up there on the Cineworlds, and then all of a sudden they just cancelled them all. So I'm not sure what to do on that one. So I'll check out Odeon. If not, might have to wait for a streaming release on that one. What I will be watching later on after the stream's finished is John Williams on Disney Plus, which I was surprised that's actually already up. I thought it was next week sometime. So I'm going to look forward to watching a bit of John Williams and a bit of composing later on. That's definitely something Papa Bowman will want to watch as well. E-Trek Studio, Pauly, I think you deserve to play the next Bond for sure. Don't know about Bond. I don't know about Bond. I wouldn't mind being a Bond villain. Yeah. Or not a Bond girl, but I think I'd be a Bond villain. I'd have to have like an eye patch or a big scar down here or something. Yeah. What would I mean, Odd Job flew his, through his hat. What would I throw? I'd have to throw something. Maybe I'll throw a McDonald's McRib or something. McRib him to death. Okay. Sub-Zero's here. Hello. Hello. Jason says, have you seen the new Mission Impossible 8 trailer, or is it not out yet? I don't think there is a Mission Impossible 8 trailer. I'm pretty sure there's not, because there'd be a lot more buzz about it on the internet if there was. It's probably one of those fake fan trailers. But I'm looking forward to it. I think the trailer was supposed to be coming out sometime in November, so it shouldn't be too long away, because I think the film is is it July? Is it May or July? And I hear that it's got a budget of $400 million. Holy crap. And I think I read recently that Tom Cruise has signed a deal with, it might be Elon Musk, to actually go and film on the International Space Station for this space film that he's doing. I think he signed some kind of contract or something. Philip Lawson is here. Hello. 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 Scott Adkins is very good with a Russian accent. That was the guy in John Wick, wasn't it? I'm not too familiar with him really as a wrestler or that much as an actor. But I think he was the padded up, the big fat padded up bloke from the last John Wick. Mr. Kermit is here, everyone's favourite green one. Hello, mate. How are you? Cannot wait to get the Claptrap Steelbook. I am one of those weirdos who like the movie. Join the club, mate. I did as well. Yeah, it wasn't brilliant. The story wasn't brilliant. It was dumb fun is the kind of thing. It's kind of like dumb Suicide Squad type action, that type of stuff. I enjoyed the characters. I thought Ariana, is it Greenblatt, who played young Gamora? Thought she was good. I liked her chemistry with Cate Blanchett. I do have the Claptrap popcorn tin. My Steelbook hopefully should be here. I don't know how many people have actually bought it on physical though. This movie, because for the last couple of days I've seen loads of people posting their copies of Deadpool and Wolverine and their steelbooks and other pickups, but I don't think I've seen a single person that has actually posted a picture of Borderlands delivery. So we might be the only two that have actually bought it. Probably have. Paul is here. Hello. Did you get your steelbook protectors? If you need some, I have lots spare. Love the Halloween party. Thank you very much. Yeah, I did get some. I think I've run out now, but Steelbook Central, I think still haven't got any. So I had to go to a different company on eBay. So I don't know how long it's going to take for Steelbook Central to get these steelbook protectors, but at least you can pick them up on other places. They're pretty much the same, you know, exactly the same, with the same openings and all that kind of stuff. Trekanaut said, but didn't play the games. What was that about? Oh, Borderlands. Yeah, no, I had no knowledge of the game, not at all. And it was the same. What was it? The same mouse. It was the same with. I wouldn't say Sonic because I was aware of Sonic. The Last of Us. I had no knowledge of the game. I maybe seen a picture of the two characters on the front of the game box, but I had no knowledge of what the game was like, and I went into that series not knowing anything about it. And I think for a film fan and a TV fan, that's better than always going to be comparing it, because that's the thing. Not only with Borderlands and also The Last of Us, but also with that Tom Holland movie, Uncharted. When you do a game to a film conversion, you're going to get slated by a load of people because they're never going to get it brilliantly right. They're never going to get it right. And the same thing happened with Sonic when they first introduced the Sonic trailer. Everyone was like, no, you can't do that. It didn't look anything like him. You know, they're saying it with the eyes, and they had to go back and they had to redo it to make it look proper. So, yeah, you're always going to get a lot of hate and a lot of feedback when it comes to games going over onto movies. So I dread to think what's going to happen with Manic Miner and Jet Set Willy. I'd love to see games for those. Mr. Pauly's here. Hello, matey. Good afternoon, Mush. How you doing? Any pickups for you this week? Right, well, my Blu-ray hunt this week, unfortunately, isn't going to be until Wednesday. I know, got to work. But I suppose I better earn some money to actually buy some physical media. I've already had my delivery of Deadpool and Wolverine Steelbook, which I did an unboxing for. What else have we got coming out? We've got The Sword and the Sorcerer on 4K. That's on 101 Films. We've got The Wizard of Oz on 4K. I don't think I need to rebuy that. I've already got the 4K for that. Blazing Saddles. That is probably going to be a pickup, a 4K pickup for me. White Christmas. I'll probably leave that one. Yeah, Borderlands. There's something called Gummo on Criterion on the Posh Knob label. They're actually re-releasing Crimson Tide for some reason. Don't know if it's a new restoration or something. You've got The Crown, the complete series, which is 120 quid. But I'm sure you can get it a lot cheaper than that with a 20% off discount with HMV. I don't need to grab The Crown because I've already got all of the series. Joan, which I only watched the first episode of that, and then Kin, seasons like 1 to 3. So there's not a lot for me to pick up this week, actually. I think probably the only pickup is going to be Blazing Saddles, probably. Yeah. Of course, there's always CEX. You never know what you're going to find in a CEX. So we'll check that out. And I know on the previous Blu-ray hunt, I did say that I'm now done with charity shops. I am going to continue doing charity shops for at least the rest of this year and see then what happens at the end of the year. Because even though I never have much luck in charity shops, they still do have physical media for most of them that I go into. And they have some Blu-rays and that. So even though it might not be stuff that I want to pick up, or, you know, it might be Blu-rays that I laugh at the price, because sometimes it's ridiculous, they still do have physical media. And I think what we're going to do this week on Wednesday, we're going to do Canterbury for the Blu-ray hunt. Plus, we're also going to add in there, as usual. And also Smith's Toys. I want to go down because I haven't been to Smith's Toys for a while. May go into B&M and have a look at the weird Christmas crap that sometimes they have in, like sitting on a toilet while fishing, the jokey crap. And also the cancer research, the big cancer research, where I don't get much luck with the Blu-rays. We'll still have a look. But I want to show the DVD wall. You know, I know some people might be like, "Oh God, not DVDs," but there is a massive DVD wall in there which I've never really gone through and never really photographed. No, never really videoed it. And it is quite a big wall full of DVDs. And I've never just taken time to look. You know, because your Blu-ray and your 4K, so you don't really take much notice of DVDs. But you never know, we might find something on there. I'm just gonna, you know, have a little look. As for the week after, November the 11th, we got the Blair Witch Project, which is a new release. We've got Austin Powers, the Man of Mystery on 4K. Don't know if I'll grab that because I've got the trilogy, so I might not need to pick that one up. Train Spotting on 4K is coming out. Blake 7, the Collection Series 1, which is a little bit surprising. There's a lot of like anime stuff coming out. Solar System, Voyage into the Unknown, a BBC one. Twin Dragons. See, the week after is not really that much for me either. So it's a bit of a lull again. And I don't think there'll be probably much to pick up until we get to like November the 18th, when Terminator comes out on 4K and stuff like that. And there's a re-release of Oppenheimer. I probably won't grab that because I've already got the Oppenheimer Steelbook. But there's a few others coming out anyway. So, yeah, there's enough to keep us going. And then, oh my God, hang on. Let me just have a look at this, because people have said that December the 2nd is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm just going to have a look on December the 2nd. So we've got Godzilla -1, Alien Romulus, Critters, a four-course feast, Shaun of the Dead 4K, Galaxy Quest 4K, Pulp Fiction 4K, Beetlejuice 4K, The Black Phone 4K, Coraline is coming out, The Fisher King on 4K. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Everything is coming out on that one day. Speak No Evil, Friends the Complete 4K Collection, Box Trolls 4K. Oh my God. Yeah. It's going to hurt a lot of people's wallets on that day. Or maybe a lot of people will just put down like, I want this for Christmas. Yeah. But yeah, that's the plan for this week, really, on unless something happens on Blu-ray hunting day. What's this? Hey Kermit, how's your Arabica beans? But some plug says let's unplug. E-Tracks, my childhood Tarzan passed away. My childhood Tarzan passed away. Ron Lee recently, I think that's meant. Sad to see him gone. Great Tarzan for the series show. Oh, okay. I don't know who that is. Is that an older Tarzan? Ben is here from the chair. Hello, mate. Is there much difference between streaming The Crown on Netflix and the quality of the Blu-ray if you put the TV on vibrant? I don't know. I wouldn't really put it on vibrant. Obviously, the physical is going to be better anyway against streaming. I haven't actually compared them, so I don't know. Kermit says his Arabica beans are very frothy. Dave's Movies, looking forward to the Steelbook version of Alien Romulus. Great artwork on it. I like the artwork on it as well. Yeah. Yeah, looking forward to that. Adam's here. Hello. Have you seen the Christopher Reeve story? Unfortunately not. No, I was just talking about that recently. It's not showing in any of my cinemas. And unfortunately, it's been pulled from the cinemas. So, well, my cinemas anyway. So I don't know why. Maybe it was to do with... I wouldn't say that it would be a lack of ticket sales, because I think a lot of people would want to go and see that. Kermit is actually drinking a cup of tea. Tea? What are you drinking tea for, Kermit? You're meant to be a coffee connoisseur. Anthony says, hi, Pauly. I really want to buy the new Titans of Cult John Wick. I've never purchased from outside the UK. Could you recommend somewhere, please? Wow HD are pretty good. They usually keep the prices pretty low. So that's a good option. Also, you could go through Amazon US, and then if it's on there, buy it with the gift bag option for extra protection. They may shop it. They may ship it in a box. Personally, I would have a look on Wow HD first, though, because they're usually good. I'm waiting on my 4K copy of Trap at the moment, so hopefully that shouldn't be too long. Jamie says Blu-ray hunting tomorrow. Not for me, but Kermit probably, yeah. And also, I think Jamie said he was going out as well. Yeah, Kermit's going out as well. So we'll get to see a massive stack. Hey, Kermit, I'd like to see that massive stack in HMV on the 2nd of December. It's going to go through the roof. Yeah, like Jamie says, tea? Kermit says, but then I'm away for a week. Oh, he's off on another holiday. Where is it this time? Are you going sailboating somewhere? Or are you going through some lock? Anthony says, if anyone can help, I'd appreciate it. That's the Titans of Cult. And if anybody has any suggestions about places he can import media from outside. Yeah, going on holiday again. Not again. Oh, he's actually going to be in London. Fabulous. Any particular reason? You're going to see some stage shows or, conventions or anything like that? Oh, Jamie says, going Comic-Con. Philip says, I had my own VHS rental service from a van way back when the price of a tape was horrendous. Good way to make money. Just away with the wife. Yeah, that's nice. Just a little bit of a getaway, eh? Re-energize your batteries. Stay safe, play safe. Dave's Movie said, I've ordered Terminator on 4K. Can't wait for that. And Blazing Saddles 4K. Definitely. Just Blazing Saddles would never be shown on TV, would it? Not now. Definitely not now. I wonder if they've redone anything with Terminator. Obviously, it's going to be a brand new restoration, with the 4K and everything. But I wonder if they've redone the cutting out of the eyeball with that horrible looking artificial head. One thing that I always would like them to have redone is the Terminator skeleton walking at the end, because it was very Harryhausen, and I always thought it looked a bit better if you could have a nice smooth motion with it walking. So maybe, maybe. But Unplug, I used to like Super Ted. Oh yes, I used to watch Super Ted, definitely, and Mighty Mouse and Banana Man. Not Batfink. I don't think I ever saw Batfink though. Super Ted, definitely, yeah. Kermit says, I appreciate the kind words from you yesterday on Pete's live stream. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I've only seen a little bit of Pete's live stream. Play Tendo guy. So I only, because it was about 3.5 hours long. So I might save it actually this week for my weekend working, because then I can just have it on like a podcast and just listen to it. George is here. Hello, George. My cartoons were Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I watched Scooby-Doo as well. Wacky Races. See, now I couldn't remember them all. Now you're bringing them all up. I watched them as well. And Catch the Pigeon. Don't think I saw that one. Jamie says Trick or Treat is a fantastic Halloween classic. It's probably why it sold out. It's a very good marketing thing they did by just re-releasing like the 4K and a new version of it just, a couple of days before Halloween, because they knew that people were going to go out and just grab it. Carl says it was Amazon, Pauly. Convoy. Okay. E-Trek says, have you seen the Austin Butler biker film yet? And is it good? Anything like Sons of Anarchy? Have not seen it yet. I hopefully will be seeing it soon. The only film I've seen today is Biggles, which is a film that I have not seen since 1987. So I've only ever seen it once, and that was at the cinema in 86, I think it was. So that was a pleasant little surprise, because it's a bit of a different thing now, because I was, how old was I back then in 86, 87? I was about 15 or 16, and to now watch it as an adult, you kind of like appreciate it a bit more, and you see the darker side to it as well. But it's a fun film. So that's the only thing that I've seen today. I don't think the biker film, The Bike Riders, is it? That's it. The Bike Riders. I don't think it has anything to do with anything like Sons of Anarchy. I think Sons of Anarchy is a lot more violent, isn't it? A lot with the drugs and the gangs and everything. But that's a fantastic show. I love the Sons of Anarchy. Dave's Smile 2 is pre-ordered. Excellent. Is the HMV 20% off, 20% one-off? Can you use it more than once? Definitely, yeah. As long as you've got a link. If you've got a link, then you just click on that link and you just put in any crap as an email address, any fake email address, anything fake. You don't even have to make sense. And then it will generate a code. Then you just use that code in the checkout for the 20% off. And then the next time you want to buy something on HMV, just click on the link again, put in another any old crappy email address, and it will generate another code. I've been using it for over a year. So every order that I've ordered with HMV for the last year has had 20% off every order. So they must have cottoned on. They must know that people are getting stuff a lot cheaper, but it doesn't seem that they've attempted to try and stop it, which is good for us. Philip says that I had my own VHS rental service out of a van. Have we gone back in time or something? The price of a new tape from me, buy it and rent it out, was horrendous. They were expensive back in the day. Rentals were okay. They were about £2.50, £2 or £2.50. I remember we used to rent them for the weekend. But then in 1991, when Terminator 2 came out, they always released like a retail version as well as a rental version. Well, at that time, I wanted to buy the retail version, and I spent 90 quid to purchase a retail version of Terminator 1 on VHS, which is in the storeroom. I do still have it in one of the extra large like clamshells. If you go and have a look at my storeroom videos for VHS tapes, the VHS tape ones, I think I called it Be Kind or Rewind, something like that. Then you'll see the Terminator 2 videotape in there. But yeah, so it was very expensive to buy tapes back in the day. Kermit says, what about a Walking Dead themed Halloween night with zombies? I would love to. It's a bit too gory for Lulu and Claire, I think, because they don't like that sort of horror. They don't like anything like that. Because I suggested I'd like to go as something like Art the Clown or something, and just have someone that ripped in half or something. But I think it would scare the kids too much. So we have to keep it moderately entertaining and moderately PG-13 or something like that, or 12A at least. But Unplug says 2 of my local charity shops sell Blu-rays and DVDs for 10p each, and another local charity shop sells 3 DVDs or Blu-rays for £1. Yeah, it depends where you go. I mean, the British Art Foundation in Canterbury, their Blu-rays are £5 each. That's probably why they never sell anything. I mean, I did get a good deal with that, The Sopranos complete Blu-ray box set for £17, because it's selling for like anywhere between 60 and 80 quid on either eBay or Amazon. But I've been to other Blu-ray, other charity shops where Blu-rays are £1. I don't think I've actually ever seen a charity shop where it's like 10 Blu-rays for £1. They're always usually £1 each or more. DVDs, 10p each probably, or 10 for £1. And I think the cancer research down at Westwood Cross, where we'll be going on Wednesday, I think that might be 10 for £1 there for DVDs. So I'll have to have another look. Joshy says, hello, Joshy. What are you excited for in 2025 in the cinema? Finally getting to see Mission Impossible 8. And also Jurassic World. I know a lot of people are like, oh, not another bleeding Jurassic, because the last one wasn't brilliant, well, the last 2 weren't brilliant. But then when you think about it, this has got Scarlett Johansson, and it's directed by Gareth Edwards, who did Godzilla 2014, I think it was, and also Rogue One. So it's got some beef behind it. So I think it's going to be a pretty good one, especially with Gareth Edwards behind it. What have we got coming out in the new year? Let's have a look. Right, let's get to the January, and I'll tell you what I'm interested in. Where are we? Right, 1st of January. Well, there's Nosferatu. I probably will go and see that, even though it's by Robert Eggers, because I'm not too hot on Robert Eggers films. I still haven't seen the Lighthouse, so I need to see that one. What else have we got? We got The Wolfman coming out in 17th of January. Where's the bigger ones? Let's have a look. See. Oh, yeah. 14th of February, we've got Captain America Brave New World. So, yeah, really looking forward to that one. Bridget Jones, I'm not interested in that. The Monkey looks kind of interesting. 21st of March, Snow White. I will go and see it. I will give it the benefit of the doubt, but whether or not it ends up being good, who knows? Michael Jackson, that could be pretty good. And then in May we got Thunderbolts. 21st of May we got, well, they're calling it Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2, but they've ditched it, haven't they? They've ditched the Dead Reckoning Part 2, so it's going to have its brand new title, whatever it's going to be. Then you got The Karate Kid in May. Dirty Dancing 2. God, I thought there already was a Dirty Dancing spin-off back in the day. Ballerina, can't wait for that. That looks fantastic. That's the John Wick spin-off. How to Train Your Dragon. There's another one coming out, is there? Or is it going to be a live action one? Elio. That's a new Pixar film. 28 years later, that's going to be good. Oh, yes. F1 as well. So that's pretty good. Megan 2.0. I love the first one. Yeah. Jurassic World Rebirth. 2nd of July. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm really enjoying waiting for that one. Superman Legacy. So that'll be our first little glance into that with David Corran Sweat as the Man of Steel. I Know What You Did Last Summer. So that's been redone. Fantastic Four, another great film, hopefully. I can't believe they're doing a Naked Gun with Liam Neeson. I don't know how that's going to work. What else have we got? Nobody 2. I didn't even realise that was in production yet, but that's coming out next August. Then we got Thread, an Insidious tale. That's interesting. Then The Conjuring, Last Rites. I still need to see The Conjuring 3. The Saw 11 coming out September. Tron 3 is in October. The Black Phone is in October. Mortal Kombat 2 also. And Predator Badlands in November. Predator Badlands. Okay, I didn't even know they were doing another Predator film. Or is this a sequel to Prey? Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And of course, the big one in December is Avatar Fire and Ash. Which apparently is going to be, I think this one has got like red Navi or some breed of the planet Pandora that are evil, like villains. So they're all going to be really bad. So that'd be interesting. Then we go into 2026 after that. So there's a lot out next year. There's a lot of good stuff, especially a lot of good stuff that I'm looking forward to. So there'll probably be a few things thrown in here and there that we didn't even know were coming out. Maybe some indie hits. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out. Looking forward to next year. Sam says, are you excited to watch Christmas with the Cranks? I've never seen that. I'm sure that's an old film, isn't it? Isn't that an old film? Joshy says, what are you excited for in the cinema for 2025? Everything I've just said. Sam says, what is a good movie to watch with my grandma tomorrow? Terrifier 3, I think, probably. I don't know. I really don't know. He asks that question every stream. Ben says, are you looking forward to the new Wallace and Gromit film on Christmas Day? Vengeance Most Foul, definitely. Apparently the reviews are good, that people have seen it already. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I've missed for a long time. You know, good-hearted family fun on a Christmas Day. Something worth watching and, you know, to watch on a Christmas night. Like they brought back Doctor Who on Christmas night. You know, we don't want, okay, repeats are fun, but we want new entertainments and new stuff that's going to keep us entertained. So I'm looking forward to watching those. Although Christmas Day, I'm working. What am I working? What are my hours on Christmas Day? Christmas Day and Boxing Day, I'm supposed to be working from 8 a.m. in the morning until 8 p.m. at night. So 12 hours Christmas Day and 12 hours on Boxing Day. But we only do half a day. So I'll be working from 2 in the afternoon until 8 in the evening on both days. So at least I get me Christmas dinner anyway with my dad and my aunt. And then the afternoon, I mean, we don't work on Christmas. You know, you just go in. If the phone rings, you answer it. Other than that, you just watch telly. And then get paid, I don't know, was it about 80 quid an hour or something? Matthew says, what did you think of Deadpool and Wolverine on Steelbook? How did it look? It sounded fantastic. It looked fantastic as well. Yeah. And Dolby Vision definitely has Dolby Vision on the 4K. And it just looked glorious, I tell you. Glorious. Hidden Tape. Hey, Pauly, have you got the Blackadder Blu-ray box set? And if so, are the transfers any good? I do have them, but I've not got around to watching them yet. Like every other thing in my collection. Oh, dear me. Kermit says, as a Bond villain, you could throw eco cases. Yes, right in the face. Dave says the new trailer for Mission Impossible 8 drops later this week. Oh, brilliant. Oh, I look forward to watching that. Oh, yes. Show me some Mission Impossible, baby. Ben says, I'm quite confused by the marketing for Wicked. Doesn't state that it's in 2 parts. Did you know? No, I had no idea it's in 2 parts. Nothing says anything about 2 parts. And normally at the end it would say like Wicked Part 1. But no, I had no idea that it's in 2 parts. If it is. It's Nikki YT. Borderlands was just dumb, stupid fun. Yeah, exactly. Michael is here. Hello. Did you pick up the Vinegar Syndrome 4K Roadhouse when it was released? No, I did not. I do have Roadhouse. It was sent to me by Carlini09 on the Blu-ray. So I didn't feel the need to pick up a 4K for it. My Borderlands 4K and Deadpool and Wolverine Steelbook arrived yesterday. Which what Borderlands 4K did you get? Did you get the Amore or one of the Steelbooks? Because there's 2 Steelbooks for it, isn't there? Legend Lewis is here. Hello, mate. Hope all is well. Have you been watching Agatha all along? In my opinion, this is the best show in the MCU. Plus, episode 7 might be the best episode ever from the Marvel Studios. Absolutely incredible. I'll tell you what, I watched it. It wasn't that brilliant, to be perfectly honest. I kind of felt a little bit bored in some places, like it dragged. I think I might have only got to like episode 5. I don't think I've seen the last couple of episodes. The last episode I saw was when they're walking down like the yellow brick road sort of thing. Yeah, so I still need to see the last couple of episodes, but it didn't blow me away. It's not as good as WandaVision, but it didn't blow me away. But I will finish it. I will finish it, I tell you. Philip says, does Kermit get a frog in his throat this weather? Oh, dear. Baz says, hey, I love your video so much. Oh, you're so kind. Yeah, he's a tenner. Kermit says he tries not to. Ben says, I'm a little pissed with Amazon. I went to pre-order The Crown, the complete box set, even with Prime. It won't turn up till next Saturday. Tried to order through HMV, but the website was down on Friday. They do that sometimes with Amazon, but I'll bet you'll find that if you did order it, then on Monday, all of a sudden it will change to like delivery on Tuesday. Personally, though, I would look at the prices and see how they compare. Because if you use the 20% off at HMV, you're going to get it for a hell of a lot cheaper. Let me just have a quick look. The Crown Blue. Oh, that's not how you spell The Crown, is it? The Crown Blu-ray. Right, okay, so where is the complete? There it is. Okay, so it is £119.99 on Amazon. That's seasons 1 to 6. Probably going to be the same price on HMV. The Crown Blu-ray. Yeah, £119.99. But take away 20%, you'll get it for 95 quid. So personally, I would definitely order it through HMV. because I think protection wise it will be better as well. Amazon will probably send it in a jiffy bag, if that. It'll be one of those crappy cardboard mailers. Lewis says Patti LuPone's performance in that episode was well deserving of an Emmy. Plus, I've seen critics and audiences saying the same thing. We get an acting nomination for Patti. Was that the last episode, you mean? Because I don't know what that is yet, then. I haven't got to that. But's unplugged. He's got to go and unplug. He's fully charged. Thanks very much, mate. See you later. Craig says, how many DVDs have you got now? Well, if you don't count the late night crap DVD pile that I've got in the bedroom, then of DVDs that I've still got left over from like the 2000s era, I would say probably about 50. Probably about 50. And a lot of them I really don't need to keep because they've been redone. You know, I've got Blu-rays now and I've got 4Ks for a lot of them. Some of them I just keep for nostalgia. You know, it's like some of the very early DVDs that I bought just for now nostalgia, really. But I did check them recently. I checked one of the very first DVDs I ever bought in like 1997 because, you know, there was disc rot, it's going to be crap. It absolute mint. That disc, several of those discs are absolute mint, like nothing has ever happened. It's like I walked into a shop yesterday and bought it. So anything to do with disc rot, it's about how you store it. If you're going to store it in a cold place or in a garage and maybe damp then or extreme heat, then yeah, you're going to get problems with the disc. But if you store it normally, then in normal temperatures, then it's fine. Absolutely fine. Jason says, will you be picking up North by Northwest? Probably not on 4K. Gary says, pick up The Sword and the Sorcerer if you're into big books. Oh, big boobs. I thought I said big books. Why? Isn't The Sword and the Sorcerer a Disney title? Or am I getting that mixed up with another one? Matthew says, Big Pauly as chef was funny. Jamie's here. Hello, mate. How you doing? Are you cooking anything tonight or you got your night off? Yeah, is he going pizza cooking and stuff like that, or garlic bread? Lewis says, are you going to watch Paddington in Peru next Friday? The only good thing about being in the UK is that we get Paddington to 2 months before everyone else. Claire keeps having a go at me at this because I have got something to admit. I have not seen the first two films. I have them in the collection, but I have not seen them. So she's like egging me on. She's like, if you hurry up and watch those two films, then we can go and see the third film. Now, the question is, if you go and see it at the cinema, how many people will be taking marmalade sandwiches, though, instead of popcorn? Jim Jam says, you look cool as a chef. Loving the top. Do you know what? That little moustache cost me about £2.99 on Amazon. It was sticky as hell. I thought it wasn't even going to come off. And I thought maybe when I'd taken it off, I was going to have this massive red rash there. But right at the very end, you saw in the little outtakes, it started to fall off. I think one of us dropped it in the sink or something and it got a bit wet. Has anybody got any suggestions what film Sam can watch with his grandmother tomorrow, please? Because I have not a clue. Maybe Coco. How about Coco? That's a nice little film. Jamesy says, that's interesting to hear about DVDs when they first came out. Would you say your collection now is as big as it's ever been? It's definitely now bigger than it's ever been in my collecting life. Definitely. Even when I had DVDs. So yes, I had a big collection of DVDs, but it was never to this level. And I think mainly because, you know, there was no steelbooks. There's very few steelbooks back then. and collector's editions. Paul says, me and my partner love Borderlands. When we watch game to movies, you have to forget about the game. I love Silent Hill movie and Resident Evil. Yeah, see, I never really played the Resident Evil games as well, so I just went into those as a film fan. Jim Jam says the Chucky set was a steal at 15 quid. Zavi. Cool. Dave's Movies, 18th of November, Blazing Saddles, same day as Terminator. Is it? I thought Blazing Saddles is this week. I'm sure it's this week. Unless they've actually moved it. Move it. Where are we? 4th. Yeah, 4K, it says this week. Hang on, let's click on it and see if it takes me to an ordering page. November the 4th, Blazing Saddles. Pre-order it now. Pre-order. November the 18th. Yes, it's been moved. Okay, all right. Well, that's that then. So maybe there won't be any other pickups this week. Oh, dear me. That's a good job, actually, because otherwise I would have got to Wednesday and I would have been having a rant that I couldn't find Blazing Saddles. Jim Jam says, yeah, charity shops are dying up for media. They definitely are. More so down here. I expect some places, it's still doing pretty well. But obviously with so many people streaming now, it's like, why take the DVDs in when you're not going to be able to sell them? Even though they know that there are physical collectors out there, but the hunt for movies is just going right down. So it's we're going to be left with HMV and CEX. That's about it. And I think it will get to a point within the next year where charity shops will just, if they're not shifting them, that's precious shelf space that they could put something else on. So I think we're going to see that. We're going to see that disappear completely. And there's no point getting rid of DVDs and CEX because you get a penny for each one. So what does that leave you to? Throw me in the tip. I mean, my mate at work did the same thing. He had a lot of VHS tapes, and then when charity shops were not taking the VHS tapes, took them all up the tip and just dumped the lot because the charity shops wouldn't take them. We could get to a point with the charity shops where they do that with DVDs as well. What's happened to Poundland, Blu-ray and DVDs? They're all gone. Yeah, they stopped selling Blu-rays and DVDs ages ago. I think even before the pandemic or around the pandemic time. And also CDs. They don't stock CDs as well. So any kind of physical media, gone. I think maybe some books is the only thing that they still sell. B&M at one point used to sell DVDs and Blu-rays as well. So I don't know what the state of that is. Jamsey says, do you think we'll see a new format in the future once technology progresses? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, a lot of people are like 4K, that's it. You don't need to go any further than that. It's pointless having 8K, 16K. It might be okay for big sporting events that have got these massive screens or showing outdoor cinema, that kind of thing. But for the home user that have got anything from a 55-inch to like a 75-inch screen, 4K is perfectly fine. You don't really need to go anywhere beyond that. So I can't see that kind of disc format coming out again. I think 4K disc will be the last of that type of physical disc media. As to what could possibly come next, I really don't know. I mean, we could be talking a completely different type of technology, where you get kind of like a little projector and maybe you get the films in a little disc or on a ball, and you put it in the top, and it just projects that image in the center of the room in 3D. Maybe that, I mean, that kind of technology, you're probably talking way far, decades later. But going back, I like to go back on YouTube and watch old episodes of Tomorrow's World, and just see how much they got it right, and how much was way out there. It's very interesting, and it's really funny. And there's the one that I was looking at last. This is a mobile phone, and it was about the size of a cricket bat. It was really funny. Yeah, I love watching those old shows with technology in the past. But as to where we're going to go with the technology, I think, like this kind of physical media with disc, I think this is going to be around for a little while longer, until the next big thing comes along. But it could be anything, or it could be nothing at all. 4K disc could be the last ever physical format. Who knows? Joshy says Star Wars The Force Awakens for £1.50 when I was working in a local charity shop. The best find ever. Wow, actually, Star Wars The Force Awakens was actually quite a big seller back in the day in Poundland for £1. So, yeah, it's been cheaper. It's been cheaper. Jim Jam says, what's your most sought after Steelbook release? As a single Steelbook, I don't know. I don't think there's any one particular Steelbook that I would like in the collection. I would be like, oh my God, I've got to have it. As a collection, it's the Rambo box set, the Rambo Steelbook tins that has all 5 movies in individual Steelbooks. That only came out in America. I think it might have been a Walmart exclusive or a Best Buy exclusive. To get a copy is pretty much ridiculous. If you do want a copy, it's about £500 on eBay. And there's pretty much remote chances of getting a mint one. Most of them have got dents in them. So if they ever release that one over here, I'd be, oh my God, I'd be gone. I'd be gone wanting that straight away. Because I do have a lot of those Steelbook tins with the Matrix and Game of Thrones and stuff. It's one of the videos that I've got to go through for my complete collection, which has pretty much come to a little bit of a standstill at the moment. But yeah, I do need to do the complete Steelbook tin collection. So that'd be good, because I've got about 10 of them that I can go through. But there's definitely that one. Definitely that is my most sought after Steelbook tin or Steelbook collection that I'd really love. Matthew says, have you heard of the Deadpool holiday special? Wasn't that just like the trimmed down, less violent version? I think. Or am I thinking of something else? The Snake Killer 10. Congrats on 10,000 subs. Thank you very much. Do you have the Star Wars, Clone Wars and Rebels on Blu-ray? If not, I recommend to have it. Actually, I don't. I used to have a couple of seasons of the Clone Wars. And I actually never finished the Clone Wars series or Rebels. I was a couple of seasons away from finishing them. And I know now that you can actually pick them up quite cheap, actually, in CEX. As soon as they started going on Disney Plus and that, a lot of them ended up in CEX. So, you can buy multiple seasons and the box sets as well. So I might pick them up at one point. But yeah, we never finished them. Joshy says, I found Star Wars The Force Awakens. We're working in chapter. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, he's posted that twice. Jim Jam says, personally, I think Rustler's Rib is better. I've never had a Rustler's Rib, but anything's got to be better than a McDonald's rib, because I was not impressed with that. Not one bit. Yeah. Edward says Cholera, the movie. I don't know about that. Matthew says HMV revealed the 2 new Marvel Steelbooks Disney Plus shows they are up for pre-order is Loki Season 2. Yeah, Loki Season 2, Hawkeye, The Mandalorian Season 3, and what was the last one? Ahsoka. I've pre-ordered all of them, all of with the 20% off, so they're only about £35 each. So I think one of them's actually sold out, because it looks like there's only 3 now available on HMV. So, so what was the other one? Loki Season 2 and Hawkeye. So I think maybe Hawkeye is actually sold out on HMV. Hawkeye. Steelbook, let's have a look. Nah, it's still there. It's still available to pre-order. So that's cool. Yeah, I love those Steelbooks. Of course, they've got more to do. You know, you're going to have, it's just going to be an ongoing thing, hopefully. Hopefully it won't get to a point where they decide not to release anymore, and then we'll have an incomplete collection. Because what else have we got? We've got She-Hulk. If anything, I'm looking forward to the artwork on the She-Hulk Steelbook. I might just take the disc out and use it as a coffee coaster or something. What else is there? Book of Boba Fett. I don't think we've had that one, have we? No, I'm pretty sure we haven't. We've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor. Yeah, Book of Boba Fett. I definitely want that one because I really enjoyed that. And there's a couple of other ones I can't remember. A couple of other Marvel ones and Disney ones. So yeah, there's still some to come. And then of course there's to be Andor 2, Season 2. Ewan McGregor was once talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2. So maybe we'll get another series of that. Who knows? Who knows? Ron E. Lee Tarzan also played the Doc Savage movie. Okay. Still don't know. Doesn't mean anything to me, unfortunately. Jim Jam says, did you go to any firework displays? It's only the 3rd of November, mate. Yeah, I know. A lot of places are having them this weekend because it's the closest to the 5th. You know, and the 5th being a school night. In fact, yesterday we had shit tons of fireworks going off at the castle and around here. And I checked a couple of Facebook pages in the streets nearby, and there was people complaining that their dogs were going absolutely apeshit. And some fireworks nearby scared a rabbit or scared a hamster, and it died of heart attack. Yeah, so it's not good. And a lot of people are now vying to have fireworks cancelled completely, ban them. Just have like little laser light display shows or something like that. Because yeah, for animals, it's a nightmare for animals. Jim Jam says a documentary to watch, Gary on Sky, all about Gary Coleman. I've seen that actually when I've been scrolling, so that would be interesting to watch that actually, because he didn't have a very good time, did he? I think even the show, I can't remember her name, the girl who played the daughter, she had like drugs and stuff like that. So I think they had a bit of a nightmare time during when they filmed Different Strokes. Cholera FM. Is it really Cholera FM, a new radio station? They've called a radio station Cholera. Really? Okay. Jim Jam says, I'm here for a bit before going to cook me meatballs. Oh, lovely. Oh, I could just eat some meatballs now. Do you know what? I don't know if anybody's heard, but they're actually opening up an IKEA restaurant in London. I've never eaten any food in an IKEA. In fact, I've never actually stepped foot in an IKEA in my life. But apparently their restaurants are pretty good, especially their meatballs in IKEA. I know someone at my work that goes there and has the meatballs. So to open up a restaurant in London, I should think they'll do pretty well. Jim Jam says, are you grabbing anything in the Criterion 40% sale? I don't go heavily for Posh Knob label. As you know, it's got to be pretty much mainstream for me because I don't really get on with like the old weird indie type movies. But I will have a look at the collection and see if there's anything that maybe I might be interested in. Jim Jam says, when's the next meet up? Nothing has been mentioned yet, so we don't know. I don't think it'll be this year, so it'll probably be like next summer, something like that maybe. But we'll have a discussion about it at some point and make a decision. But then it's, where do we go? Where do we go from here? We've done Brighton, we've done London, we've done Birmingham. What do we do? What do we do? Do we go back to Birmingham? Do we go to Manchester? Do we go to Wales? Do we go to Ireland? Do we go to Los Angeles and go to Walmart? I don't know. It's up for discussion. Ben says there is a rumour that Joker 2 will be out in December the 16th. That's a very quick turnaround, even though I really enjoyed the film myself. Many people did not. Even Deadpool and Wolverine, coming out now. So that's a quick turnaround as well. I didn't hate Joker 2, even though I might not have given it a glowing review as much as I did for the first film. I just felt some of it just didn't click with me. Lady Gaga really didn't do anything for Harley Quinn for the role. So far as it being, with the musical numbers, I know it was all going on in his head and everything like that. I don't think it was needed as a musical. But mainly it was the ending that kind of like sticking a knife in me and just. I can see what they did. I know what they did. It's just. It took a lot of people by surprise, and it wasn't the film that we were all expecting, or a lot of us were expecting. For me personally, I was expecting it from the start to be kind of like a hardcore, gritty sequel to Joker in the vein of like The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger's kind of character. He's risen up now. He's a well-known villain and he's running the city and that kind of thing. I think that's what a lot of people thought, but they decided to go for a completely different way, and I think he's flopped big time. So far as box office numbers, I don't think it's even ever going to get its budget back. So yeah. Pete's here. Hello. Don't give up on the charity shops, Paul. The more you go in, the luckier you get. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I could just walk into a charity shop and there might be a whole shelf full of 4Ks. That's the thing. But it's difficult. It's difficult. You never know unless you look. That's the thing. Oh, fireworks going off now. I've got some rockets going off and everything out the garden. Oh, I remember when I was a kid. Oh, blimey. When me and my brother, we used to have little firework displays out in our garden. Dad used to do all the fireworks. And we used to have the rockets and the sprinklers and sprinklers. Are they called sprinklers? Sparklers. It wouldn't be a sprinkler, you get wet. Yeah, sparklers. We used to have that down in the bottom of the garden. And also for like Guy Fawkes, we would go up my nan's house, my nan and granddad's house, which was quite a big house with a lot of garden. And we would have a massive bonfire up there when we would put the guy on top of the fire. And, you'd go around with a wheelbarrow penny for the guy and all that kind of stuff. You don't get that now, do you? Kids these days miss out on so much. But I remember all those days, especially with the fireworks at the bottom of our garden and stuff like that. Edward says sizzling sausages. Oh, I'd love do you know what? I'd love a couple of sausages now and just dipped in some tomato ketchup. Oh yes. Jim Jam says, is Uncle Fester here? He was earlier on. I don't know if he still is. He might say in the comments. Uncle Fester, are you still here? Sloppy mud destined for the king. Okay. Apparently, Blazing Saddles is intact. Wow. Oh, blimey. Jim Jam says, what's your favourite Charlie Chaplin film? I've never really got into too much Chaplin. I've seen the odd bit here and there. I was more Laurel and Hardy growing up. Yeah, so I never really sat down and watched much Charlie Chaplin. I couldn't name you one single film. My closest thing to Charlie Chaplin is Robert Downey Jr. So I couldn't say what my favourite one was. Banana Daddy. Okay. Oh, Sam, what? What's your favourite movie of all? What? Elf. What? Jim Jams. Jamie Powell is one of the kindest, down-to-earth blokes ever. There you go. What about Crazy Jay, though? He's one of the craziest people in the world. Edward says, ignore the above. My son is messing about. Oh, but because he put like Banana Daddy and then Disco Candy. Hi, Big Paul. Hello. How are you doing? Are you seeing the red one? Yes. Me, Lulu, and Claire will be going to see that at the cinema. So we're looking forward to watching that one. Paddington Goes to Peru. Really do need to see the first two films for that. I'm going to Paddington on IMAX on Friday release date. Fantastic. Love your Halloween video. Matthew says, just watched Paddington 2. Paddington 3 looks great. Jim Jam says, it's great working opposite the cinema. Go in and see if there's any free stuff. Hulk's here. Just watched Longlegs last night. What a load of crap that was. I kind of enjoyed it. I don't think it's going to be one that I'm going to buy for the collection, but I have fun with it, especially with Nicolas Cage, and it kind of gave me a bit of Silence of the Lambs vibes to it and a bit of Seven vibes to it. But I don't think it's one that I'm going to necessarily want in the collection because it's a bit of a dark, gritty, depressing kind of film in ways that it's probably not one that I'm going to go back to too often. What do you prefer, pasta or pizza? Pizza. Pasta. Yeah, I tell you what, I love spaghetti and meatballs. Love spaghetti and meatballs, yeah. But pizza, I mean, I don't have pasta or pizza that often, actually. We had pizza the other night at the Halloween do, and that's the first pizza I've probably had in about 3 years. But when I do have it, I'm kind of controversial because I love Hawaiian, pineapple and ham. But I also love a meat feast. And especially like I think it's either Domino's or Pizza Hut where they put like hot dog and cheese in the crust. And I don't go for floppy. I don't or hard. I don't go for hard pizza that's about that thin. I love the deep dish with the thick cheese. Yeah, but like I say, I don't have it that often. Surely you know what film you want to watch. Christmas with the Cranks, or Christmas with the Franks, is that? Jim Jam says favorite 60s actor. That is a tough one because I don't watch a whole lot of 60s stuff. God, that is a tough one. I don't think I'm going to be able to answer that. I haven't seen a huge amount of 60s stuff to be able to answer that. So I'm just going to go with the easy one. I'm going to say William Shatner, because of course Star Trek 66 to 69. That's probably the most 60s I've watched. Are you familiar with the Box of Delights, a Blu-ray release that has been announced? It looks interesting. No, don't think I have. Jim James says, these dark nights make you want to snuggle up to a feel-good film. Or Terrifier 3, maybe. Jim James says, do you like Wurzel Gummidge? The old Wurzel Gummidge, not the new Wurzel Gummidge. I own 3 VHS tapes, E.T., Jurassic Park, and can you guess the other one? Did it start with N? Maybe. Or to start with T and then N. Thunder Force 2000. What are your expectations for Gladiator 2? I'm very skeptical because I don't see the point. Apparently, he's discussing the idea of maybe a Gladiator 3 now to make it a trilogy. From the trailer, it just looks like a rehash of the first film, to be perfectly honest. Denzel Washington is Oliver Reed. You know, Paul Mescal is Russell Crowe. And it just looks like a rehash. But I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. It looks like there's a lot of good action in it. There's a lot of good characters. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Matthew says Agatha all along has ended now. That's okay, so I can catch up with the last couple of episodes. Jim Jamy's off now. He's off to work. Oh, fantastic. Enjoy your work shift, mate, and don't burn the meatballs, whatever you do. It also says the best deals are 10 for £1 or 20 for £1. Yeah. Jim Jam says, take care, folks. I'm back this week with some new videos as I've been lazy this week. Yeah, it's nice to have a week off. Not a week off, you know. Are you looking forward to the new Avatar? That my film of the year next year are Mission Impossible and Jackson. Michael, yeah. Definitely, yeah. I have fun with the Avatar films. I really do. You know, it's not. I was going to say they're not going to win any Oscars, but they actually do. Mainly for technical, but you know, for story-wise and stuff like that. It's just fun being in that environment and being in that world. I still think the best way to watch an Avatar film is in 3D. You get the best feeling being in there, and that was the only way that I used to watch Avatar in the cinema room here. But with the OLED practically in the way of my projection screen, I can't do that. So I still haven't worked out how I'm going to put a projection screen up in front of the OLED. Yeah, so I haven't sorted that out. I am going to rewatch Avatars in 4K and see how they are. But like I say, my preference is in 3D. When I go to watch the new Avatar in the cinema, it will be 3D. But I'll give the 4Ks a good go to see what they're like. Jason says there was it called Dirty Dancing, Havana Nights. That was it. Yeah, terrible to watch. So why do another Dirty Dancing? Why call it 2? It'd just be it'll be a rebatch. A rebatch? What's a rebatch? It'll be a reboot, wouldn't it? Paul Robinson's here. No, not that one, the other one. Hello, mate. And Monster Media is here. Hello there. How you doing? How's it going today? I'm really looking forward to seeing Venom 3 soon. Yeah, really enjoyed that film. Had fun with that. And I recently picked up Bad Mums and Mrs. Brown's Boys, the movie. Oh my God. Bad Mums, you know, I didn't have much fun with that 2 films, to be honest. I haven't seen Mrs. Brown's Boys, the movie, but my workmate once watched it and he said it's the biggest pile of crap he's ever seen. So, and Mrs. Brown's Boys is still on. And it's like, you know, it needs to be buried. It needs to be buried deep in the ground now. I used to enjoy it. I haven't watched it for a long time, but apparently it's not as funny now as it used to be. A lot of people will say, it never was funny. Matt says, are you looking forward to Skeleton Crew? I actually am. Oh, that trailer looks really fun, actually. Yeah, it might not fall into the usual Star Wars fare of, you know, Jedis and stormtroopers, Death Stars, and all that kind of stuff, and X-wing fighters. Although I think I did see a glimpse of the X-wing fighters in the trailer. It kind of gives that Stranger Things, Goonies kind of vibe to it, like a lot of kids off on an adventure. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really I don't think it's going to be a dull, boring one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's put it that way. Philip says, likewise, on the Ron Ely Tarzan condolence, I messaged Talking Pictures TV a few weeks ago to ask if the series would be repeated again in the UK. Okay. Did you get an answer? Are you still waiting? Hoping for a Venom trilogy set to come out with Venom 3. I'm sure they'll probably release a Venom trilogy. What the hell happened to John Travolta? Ain't seen any movies for at least 3 years. Yeah, I can't say I've seen any cheap ones at the moment. You know, straight to DVD ones like Nick Cage did and old Brucey. Are you enjoying The Penguin? Yes, bloody good show that is. Yeah, I've still got an episode on the Sky Planner to watch, so I might watch that one tonight. Edgar Rice Burroughs' organisation should release more Tarzan films on Blu-ray in the UK. As The Snake Killer 10, the new Marvel and Star Wars shows, Loki 2, Hawkeye, Mando 3, and Ahsoka, are $76 on Amazon. It's like someone's getting shot out there. Do you think the price will stay, or have they forgot to lower them? Apparently, the pre-order prices are usually quite high anyway to start with. But a lot of people were moaning about Deadpool and Wolverine was like $65 or something. Did that ever get lowered? I can hear it. I can't see it, though. Yeah, a lot of people do say that the prices do go down after a while. I ordered my son the complete Shameless box set, American version from eBay for $49.99. I think that's pretty good. A DVD, I presume, or is it a Blu-ray box set? I agree that Venom 3 was awesome in IMAX, and I love it in IMAX. Tried the IMAX 3D of it, and the 3D was bad. Yeah, it wasn't actually shown in 3D on IMAX on my place. My Cineworld was showing it in 4DX 3D, though. Mega Strawberry Monster. What? My broker is I don't know. Yeah, there you go, Jim Jam. Fester, Uncle Fester is here. Brian is here. Hi. What is your favourite Star Trek series? Mine will always be the original series. Mine is going to be Next Generation. Yeah, I mainly grew up with that era, but I grew up with the Deep Space Nine era as well. And that is, it's very difficult to say for some people what's better, Next Generation or Deep Space Nine, because I kind of have a love for both of them equally. But I think just the characters in the Next Generation just have that extra bit special with Data and Worf and all that kind of stuff. But that's not to say that there was anything against the characters in Deep Space Nine, because when you look at Odo and Quark and everybody like that and Bashir, they're all fantastic characters. You know, I even loved Voyager. I should really do a Star Trek rewatch at some point. I'm currently going through Prison Break, on season 2 of Prison Break. But I want to do Babylon 5. I want to go back to Babylon 5. So I might do Star Trek afterwards, maybe. I just wish they would do a Deep Space Nine Blu-ray box set. That'd be great. I know it's going to cost a lot of money, like they did with the Next Generation one, but it would be nice to have it. Bloody hell, can you hear it out there? It's mental. By the way, my window's closed. That window is closed and you can hear it. Jason says, I still have Netflix, Disney Plus and ITVX to binge and chill on as usual these days. Yeah, although I don't watch that many movies on streaming, apart from one I saw last night, which was Don't Move, which I will discuss about that in a couple of weeks. I still have Netflix, Disney Plus, Prime, Paramount and Apple. So I still have like 5 streaming platforms. There's always something on one of them to watch. Is that Rivals series any good? I don't know. I've not watched it. The Muppet Don is here. Will you be getting the Blake 7 Series 1 Blu-ray on the 11th of November? I'm going to wait for the reviews. If they're going to say, oh, it's no better than a DVD, then I probably wouldn't buy it. But yeah, I'll wait. Elisa is here. Hello. What was the last country concerts you went to? Is it going to be a country-to-country C2C festival? Or is it going to be... I think it might be Lady Antebellum, or Lady A, as they're known now. Yeah, they did a separate concert I went to with Mama Bowman. I know it was in October, but I can't remember what year. It's probably about 6 or 7 years ago, maybe. I think that's probably the last one I went to. Luke is here. Hello. Streaming is useful, but it's not satisfying, since when you buy a Blu-ray, you know you purchased that film forever. Well, as long as we've got the technology to play it. Yes. I don't know. I have no idea, Sam. Will you be getting Joker 2 on 4K? It's been slated as the worst movie of the year. I'll still get it. You know, it wasn't crap. It still had its moments, and it still had enjoyable moments in it. So I will definitely pick it up to add to the collection. I think 4K will die out in the next 5 to 10 years, and you will get a Blu-ray or DVD release for so if you release it. We're going to go backwards, are we? Yeah. Or maybe they'll just release VHS tapes. Philip says, on a new tech question, there might be a faster than light drive that allows you to see a film before it's made. Yeah, then we can decide if we want to buy it or not. I will admit, I'm a teen, so I don't grow up on CD media, but I still think it's awesome and retro. Yeah. And a lot of people, a lot of youngsters have actually latched on to physical media, you know, especially like vinyl, you know. because vinyl had gone long before a lot of the youngsters today were born, or when they were really little. So it's nice that they've latched on to physical media that, you know, they enjoy playing rather than just going straight into the heavy tech sort of stuff. I have a question. What's your fave in the Halloween franchise? Mine is 2018. I would say probably, yeah. I enjoyed the original Halloween, and also Halloween 2, where it just went, it's like Back to the Future and Back to the Future 2, isn't it? It just goes one from straight into the other. I think probably the Halloween 2018 was my first real welcoming insight into Michael Myers. And I preferred that over the original. I'm going to get slated for that. Jamesy says, I'd like to think that physical copies of movies and even music continue alongside streaming. It's ownership, and it feels better having it physically in your hand. Yeah, and they know that they make a lot of money. I think probably later on, though, as time goes on, I think we're going to start to get more collector's editions than just standard releases, because then they know that they can hike the price up, and they'll be like 40 to 50 quid each rather than 15 to 20 quid each. I think that might happen. Hey, hello, Robert. It's pronounced McRib, not MacRib. Well, it's McDonald's, isn't it? MacWib. What's a MacWib? Never heard of a MacWib. Matthew says, why is America so different to the UK? I pre-ordered the Wolverine in the bar Marvel Legends figure from Deadpool and Wolverine from Hasbro, and it said 13th of November. Looked on Amazon US 7th of November. Could be like distributors, maybe, or different release schedules for different parts of the world. Sorry, Sam, I'm putting you into a timeout. All I read is Sam saying, what can I watch with my grandma? I went with the 7th. It's better and faster. Oh, the 7th of November, yeah. The Muppet Don says, I saw this news story where some kid puts a firework through someone's letterbox, and it was an old woman's house. It ended up burning down the house, and the woman died. Oh, that's bad. Her son is trying to ban them. Yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty. Kermit says, Sam, watch the Railway Children with your grandmother, the original version. There you go. The next meetup is in Paul's cinema room. I wouldn't get that many people in here, mate. We can have it in your place. Paul says, ban fireworks. My dog hates them. She is scared for a whole week. Yeah, there's things that you can buy. There's like vapor things that plug into the wall that kind of puts a dog at ease in that kind of situation. My mate at work, when the fireworks go off, he cranks the telly up to about 100 and just blanks out. Her name, I think, was what? Dominican Dunn or Dana Plato, wasn't it? Dana Plato, the girl from Different Strokes. I'm pretty sure that is it. Yeah, she had some drug problems. Joshy says, got to go. Thank you very much, mate, for popping by. Kermit says, I agree, Paul. Fireworks should be at organised events only and preferably far away from populated. I totally agree with that. It's nice having fireworks, to see fireworks, but it's best when they're in controlled environments and you get a bigger display, you know, because you don't want to just see a load of fireworks in the bottom of your garden now, one after the other. Yeah, and they seem to be sold all year bloody round now. You know, like people buy them early. They start throwing them in the supermarkets about a couple of weeks beforehand. And now after this, they'll still be selling them because, you know, they'll be selling them for like New Year's. Jason says, what does it happen? 3 months before Christmas every year. that you always get a pop star or film star or a sports star or a news or cookery person passes. It's just old age, really, isn't it? And natural causes and unfortunate. You know, someone's always going to die at some point, you know, of the month. Matthew says, what is your favourite scene of Deadpool and Wolverine? Oh God, I mean, I only watched it yesterday. There are so many scenes to go through. I think it's the fight in the car. I think maybe the fight in the car to You're the One That I Want. So funny. Kermit says, for me, it's the opening. That was great in 3D, by the way, when I watched that in 3D IMAX. Just things flying at the screen and everything. Love that scene. Deadpool killing TVA agents while dancing. Yeah. Philip says, Kurt Douglas, I think that's Burt Lancaster, isn't it? Tony Curtis. The 60s. You are still a young sprog, Pauly. Have I seen any films with those actors in? I don't think I have. I really haven't, no. No, I haven't. I don't think I have. Wow. Matthew saw Venom 3 Tuesday. It was amazing. Kermit says, that's not fireworks. It's your dad blowing up your Steelbook collection in the garden. Oh, bloody hell. Don't say that. Oh, my God. What was that? Blue Bagabarelli. There's a name. Have you ever made a video of your favourite top 20 films of all time? Don't think I have. I might have done a top 10. I'll have to have a look through the playlist for countdowns and things like that, and selections. Don't know. I'm not sure. Eric is here. Hello. They remastered Jerry Anderson's Space Precinct and he's on streaming for free some places. Pretty good transfer. Oh, okay. I might try and check that out because that's a series that I did enjoy in it when it came out. What's the name of the robot? Slow-mo, wouldn't it? Craig says you're getting the 40th year anniversary of Terminator in a couple of weeks. Definitely. Yep. Paulie, did you say they're going to be a Blair Witch movie coming out? It's not a remake. No, they're re-releasing like a collector's edition of the original film. Matthew says, you inspired me to purge over half my Blu-ray collection and it felt great. I don't think Kermit would ever do that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kermit, but I don't think you get rid of many movies, do you? Once you buy them, they stay in the collection. What happens? Would you think you ever run out of space? And then would you consider sort of like purging maybe a few? Matthew says, fireworks around me sound like people are getting shot. Sounds like Saving Private Ryan on the beach. Oh, yes, Philip, you haven't seen Spartacus? No, I haven't. And I do have it on 4K as well. So, yes, that's one that I need to watch. Matthew says, love the car scene. It was such a funny scene. I'm surprised while they were fighting. I'm really surprised the cowl didn't fall out because it's attached to his neck on the suit. True, yeah. Been an awesome day today. Been out with my partner and met her son. Get on like a house on fire. Oh, that's cool. Field of Dreams has Burt Lancaster in it. Okay. I've never seen Field of Dreams. Let's move on to the next question, shall we? Jamie says, are you going to see Terrifier 3 this week? Wouldn't miss it. It's a great gory fun. I do want to see it, but don't eat whilst watching it. I do want to see it. And I looked at my thing and there's like 3 performances, like 9:30 at night and midnight. The midnight is in the biggest screen and I think one person is in it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually going to get to see that at the cinema. Philip says, you haven't seen Birdman of Alcatraz? No, I haven't. I have heard of it, though. Mel says, can you do food reviews again? It was so funny. I might do one of those horrible food tasting things again, like I did a couple of years ago. Yeah, Kermit says they stay in the collection until the shelves are full. I still have 6 empty bookcases left. Fantastic. Then you have to buy a bigger house. Philip says, what, you haven't seen the Vikings? Is that a film? Big Pauly, you have not seen Some Like It Hot? No. Do you know what? I have never seen a Marilyn Monroe movie, ever. So I've never seen a film with Tony Curtis in. I've never seen a film with Jack Lemmon in either. Was he in one called The Odd Couple? But I think I saw the remake with Walter Matthau, I think. I might be mistaken, I'm not sure. Local Hero has Burt Lancaster as well. I'll have to watch that film sometime as well. Matthew says, I think I can say it's what's wrong with Venom 3 is the opening scene. They reshot the No Way Home post-credit. I mean, when did they do it? Had perfect scene. See, the thing is there going to be another Venom movie? Because he clearly went to the multiverse for 5 years and then come back. So are we going to see a film of what he did in that 5 years? You guys in England are so lucky to have shops like CEX, HMV and Zavvi. The physical media in Bulgaria is dead. We have no shops, no website, no anything. And Bulgarians still collect mainly DVD and Blu-ray. Do you have a Bulgarian Amazon site? Or do you have to use like Amazon UK or something? So you don't have anything like HMV or Zavvi. E-Track says, cool dude has stored his DVDs, Blu-rays in his garage and garden shed. I'm sure the garden ones must have spider webs on them. He collected so much stuff. He got sent so much stuff, didn't he? Jamie is off to see the Christopher Reeve documentary, the Superman documentary. Well done, mate, for getting a screening of it. I wish I could. So enjoy it, mate. And let us know what it's like. Tomorrow we'll review it in his shop vlog. So if you want to know what the Christopher Reeve Superman story is going to be like, don't forget to watch Jamie's his shop vlog tomorrow. Scrooge says, how early do you start watching Christmas films? Me, about 1st of December. Yeah, not in November. I don't do it in November. Eric Lee, vote Pauly 2024. He'll make physical media great again. That's an idea for a bloody hat, isn't it? Make physical media great again. Tony Curtis in Houdini. Okay. Matthew says they completely took when he was talking about Iron Man and the Hulk out of its cuts when he talks about Thanos and Eddie gets transported back to his world in a different way. I think we'll see a lot of stuff in maybe deleted scenes, or maybe there'll be as a Venom 3 extended cut. We don't have Amazon Bulgaria. I mainly buy Blu-rays from one Finnish website. Okay. Jason says, have you seen Nude Nuns with Big Guns? What a terrible spaghetti western film. I think I remember seeing the Blu-ray of that in my CEX last year. Going to be one of the last comments now because, I think we're going to call it a night. We'll call it Sunday night. Very good show, Pauly. Should a podcast show someday and invite some guests? Never thought about doing a podcast, to be perfectly honest. I mean, a podcast is just an audio version of a live stream, isn't it? Matthew says, great stream. Thank you very much. And Jamie says, it a night. That's it. There we go. So there we go. Thank you everybody for popping along and having a good old chat. We kept the comments going long enough, didn't we? It's just coming up to 6 o'clock, so that's a good nearly 2 hours. So fantastic. So hope you all have a great week. I'm hoping maybe to do a Christmas special live stream and get a few guests on. Maybe we'll dress ourselves up in Christmas hats and all, have tinsel wrapped around us and all that kind of shit, and have some burning fireplaces in the background. So I'm looking forward to hopefully doing that sometime in December, maybe mid-December. But yeah, thank you everybody, and I'll see you on some videos in a couple of days. There will be a Blu-ray hunt on Wednesday, but don't forget Jamie's Blu-ray hunt will be tomorrow, and so will Kermit's. Yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video very soon. Hang on, I'm going to do my traditional bye. Bye. See you later, everyone. Bye.